As promised, this is Mack, 20 months old, first introduction to cows and calves.
Hey, Abby.
That's a solid start from Mack. That cow had a crack at him. He held his nerve, which is good.
Mark.
So I'm working Mack with Abby. Abby is 2 years old. She'll be nearly 3. She's fresh back from a litter of pups. So she's not in full fitness. And she's still a young enough dog herself. She was on Cows and Calves last year. But she wouldn't have been on breeders this year. So this is her first look since last year. So it's a good chance to show you guys some fairly genuine raw work from a couple of young dogs. So obviously we've just tucked into a drive here. I think from memory there's about 270 cows and calves in this paddock. So I'm treating this job just as normal. Everything's the same, nothing Mac hasn't seen before, apart from this bit of protection instinct from these cows. So we're just tucking into a drive. Handled that confrontation pretty well, so that's all good. So just giving a clockwise whistle there to send those dogs around these stock, just get them all together. Trying to work the dogs together just for moral support with each other. Also worth mentioning, these are young cows. They're on their first calf. Some of these were bought, we bred, so the Angus heifers were bought and the black baldies were bred, but they've all had plenty of dog as weaners, the homebred cattle, and as yearlings, and then the bought heifers got handled plenty as yearlings as well. They were fixed time AI'd, so there was plenty of handling through the yards, plenty of dog work to and from the yards, and they were rotated right through their pregnancy. So you guys would have seen plenty of video of these heifers previously, so they've had a good education. So as I was trying to say, these cows are quite civilised. Their first calf, well, heifers basically. These calves are anywhere from probably a month old to 2 months old. Fairly tight calving window, 2 cycles. So the calves aren't so young. These cows will be super aggressive, and the calves are big enough to move off a dog themselves. The other thing to point out, we mentioned in my tips earlier that it's nice to move cows and calves early in the morning. This isn't that early in the morning, but it's a nice overcast day, so it's nice and cool on the dogs. I'm just giving those dogs a force whistle, just as a bit of encouragement to shift these cows. That's Mac there. So Abby just looks to be working a little bit wider. Mac's happy to be up close in the thick of it. So that's Mac closer to the cattle. That's Abby in the background. So Mack's just getting the hang of these cows coming out at him. Handled that pretty well. Good job. I just wanted to stop my dog's end just to release that pressure and not push those calves into that gully. So I'm mustering this paddock on my own, so I've just taken a few little opportunities to get the cattle started, and then I've taken the dogs either on foot or put them up on the bike just to move to a different area to start some more cattle. It's all going pretty well. That was beautiful work by Mack. I'm very excited by this young dog.
Mack, Mack, Mack.
So what I was trying to say is I'm just looking to start these cows and calves and then just release the pressure a little bit, just let them bend off the dog and kind of reward them for moving off. Mack's not stopping very well. He's stopping on his feet, which is fine. But there are just times when I would like to stop him on his belly to release the pressure on the stock, and he's not doing it. So it's just something I've got to be conscious of to follow up on. So that's an anti-clockwise whistle. That's a force whistle.
Mack.
It's one of Mack's favourite tricks. Old habits die hard. So I like how those dogs are just giving that cow there the opportunity to move off before they fight or cause any trouble. I just want this to go really, really positive. I just want him to get a win with whatever he does. That's what today's about. And obviously he's handling it amazingly well. But I just want these first couple of works to go really well so he builds confidence and doesn't begin to get nervous about working cows with calves. In the initial stages, I keep my dogs pretty close to me. I don't send them long distances to get into trouble on their own. I just like to supervise what's happening, particularly while the dogs are young. So that's Mac there taking ground off that cow. Quite a natural dog, this fella, which is great, really encouraging. Same again, see him just kind of step up on that cow, give her a nice clean bite on the nose. Love it. Same again, beautiful work.
Good boy.
So I've got these cows together fairly well now. Done this all with the two dogs. You can see a fence line in the background, so we're pretty much on the fence line. There's a gate just to the left of screen, which is where we're going to put these cows through. So in a second I'm just going to call these dogs off, give them a rest, and I'll just put these cows and calves through the gate with the older, more experienced dogs. This has been a fantastic start for Mac. I couldn't be much happier with this, really. Looks like he's been doing it his whole life.